Chosen one, November 27th is your winning day. Listen, there is something about certain dates that don't just mark time on a calendar, they mark shifts in destiny. November 27th is one of those dates. Not a random day, not a day to be overlooked, but one that has been stamped in divine ink long before your mind could comprehend its significance. Something spiritual has been circling your life, waiting for a moment to drop into place. And now, the heavenly timing is not just close, it's here. November 27th is not just a winning day by chance. It is a day heaven chose to crown you with something you've waited long for. You might not even understand fully what's about to break through, but your soul is already sensing the earthquake in the unseen. A spiritual announcement has gone forth. This is the moment. This is the shift. This is the win. If you've been holding on, enduring, questioning when your moment will arrive, then let today be the confirmation you didn't even know you needed. November 27th is encoded with a specific breakthrough reserved for your name. Watch this video until the end. Listen with your spirit, not just your ears. And write your warmest wishes in the comments and write Amen along with the number 777. This moment is a chapter of release, a vibration of miracles unfolding. When your desire becomes fuel for faith, the universe responds. Wishes made with truth light up the sky. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's begin. November 27th didn't randomly appear in front of you. It's been circling your life like a hawk ready to land. This date has been hovering, waiting for your spirit to match its frequency. What's about to shift for you doesn't belong to everyone. It belongs to the chosen. That's why you were drawn here. Because this message is coded with energy only a specific soul signature can absorb. You have been watched from above, not in judgment, but in preparation. Not in delay, but in orchestration. This isn't about hope anymore. This is about divine execution. It's already been decided. It's already been prepared. Your name has already been cleared. All you're doing now is stepping into alignment. On this November 27th, there is a heavenly push taking place, and you'll feel it in your body, your atmosphere, your circumstances. Everything will begin to stretch around you as if something too big is trying to come through. And it is. What's being released now is bigger than what you planned, stronger than what you dreamed, and holier than what you prayed for. God didn't let you miss this for a reason. You were spared from certain distractions, delays, or even opportunities that weren't ready to handle you. Because what's arriving now requires a version of you that's been fired, crushed, and purified. And you are it. If you've been wondering why you had to go through such an intense season lately, why the silence was so loud, why the waiting felt like it would break you, it's because November 27th needed your full capacity. A weak version of you couldn't carry what's coming. A distracted version of you couldn't interpret the sign. A tired version of you would have dropped the blessing. But this you, right now, you've been built for this drop, and God knows it. The pressure wasn't to punish you. It was to prepare you. That's why November 27th is showing up with winning energy. It's responding to your readiness. The heavens are not quiet today. The spiritual airwaves are saturated with motion. There is activity on your behalf. You are not invisible to God. You are not forgotten by divine forces. You are being moved like a queen being escorted into her crown. You are being guided like a warrior returning home from battle. This is not your defeat season. This is your rise. This is why certain things had to collapse before this date, because the throne couldn't share space with false thrones. The real must be revealed, and it's being revealed now. You are walking into victory because you never abandoned the call. You were misunderstood because your process looked different. You were isolated because your frequency outgrew familiar rooms. But November 27th is your reintroduction. It's your spiritual spotlight. A divine unveiling of the life you've been secretly building while the world thought nothing was happening. They saw stillness, but heaven saw structure. They saw delay, but heaven saw divine preparation. You have not been waiting. You've been maturing. And that maturity is what the wind needed to see before it could arrive. And now, it's here. Everything is being aligned faster than your mind can process it. You're going to notice doors opening that had no handle. People who overlooked you will suddenly sense your power. The right connections will find you. Unexpected messages, shifts, and signs will flood your path. Not because of luck, but because November 27th carries a divine GPS system. It is scanning your soul and locating your readiness. Your spirit is finally loud enough to be heard by what's searching for you. That's the supernatural order. It only finds those who are tuned in. And right now, you are. Don't underestimate this moment. God doesn't move dates without purpose. When he marks a day as a winning day, he does so knowing that the outcome will override any opposition. This win won't come with sorrow. It will come with clarity. It will come with peace. It will come with confirmation so deep, you won't even have to defend it. Your spirit will recognize it. Your heart will receive it. Your life will reflect it. That's what a divinely timed win looks like. It shows up undeniable. And you, chosen one, are the recipient. This isn't a time to look back. This is the moment to look around and look ahead. Everything that couldn't go with you was part of the elimination phase. That confusion, it served its purpose. That delay, it prepared your character. That silence, it recalibrated your voice. And now, every sound in the spirit is saying go. Every message from above is saying now. Every angel surrounding your path is pointing to this way. You are being ushered into the win because it belongs to your obedience, your alignment, and your surrender. This day didn't appear out of convenience. It appeared out of covenant. You didn't just arrive at November 27th randomly. This day was constructed around your promise. While others counted days on the calendar, heaven was counting how many inner battles you won in silence. How many times you chose to keep moving even when nothing was moving around you. How many times you said yes when fear told you to say no. This date has been waiting on your persistence, and now that you've arrived at this threshold, you're not going to walk. You're going to be carried by the wind of divine momentum, by the whispers of confirmation, by the vibration of everything finally making sense. You're not in the same spiritual season you were even a few weeks ago. You may have experienced struggle, but something shifted. A recalibration occurred in your soul. You began to sense things before they happened. You started feeling light even while walking through dark tunnels. That wasn't imagination. That was preparation. That was your inner world realigning with the divine timing that was always set to intersect your life. And this intersection is happening right now. November 27th is not asking you to do more. It's simply revealing what's already been done in spirit. The transaction was already approved. Now comes the release. Your spiritual record has reached its fulfillment point. The moment when the seeds you planted in faith have reached maturity. And when something matures in the divine, it cannot be stopped by man. This is why you're going to see unusual favor on this day. The kind that bypasses logic. The kind that doesn't ask for permission. Because what is happening is not man-made. It's God-sent. There's a certain kind of win that carries weight. It doesn't just lift your life, it lifts your entire lineage. That's the kind of energy November 27th carries. It's not just your win, it's a generational reversal. The tide has turned. You're not in the middle of it anymore. You're rising above it. The resistance you felt recently wasn't punishment. It was confirmation that something powerful was on its way. You were under attack because your win was close. You were doubted because your potential couldn't be hidden anymore. And now, the very realm that resisted you will have no choice but to watch you rise. Not because you forced it, but because you were faithful. Not because you manipulated timing, but because you trusted God's. There is a spiritual release happening on this day. A breaking open of what was locked up. There are blessings that were paused, not canceled, waiting for this exact vibration. And now that your energy is in sync with your promise, it must be delivered. Not by accident, not delayed another season, but now. The kind of now that comes when divine order says, enough waiting. This is your enough. This is your completed cycle. This is your answered moment. It will not pass you. It will not forget you. You're no longer in the waiting room. You're in the manifestation zone. All this time, the pressure had a purpose. The pain had an address. The warfare had a destination. It was targeting the very moment you're standing in now. Because the enemy didn't fear your past. He feared your November 27th. He feared your win. He feared your light becoming undeniable. He feared your story becoming a testimony. But what God has approved, no darkness can cancel. That's why you're here. That's why this word found you. You didn't go looking for it. Your spirit pulled it in. Because it was written into your timeline before you were even aware of what you carried. Look around. Things may not look drastically different on the outside just yet, but in the realm where it matters most, everything has already shifted. The mountain moved, the blessing dropped, the approval landed, and very soon, the physical world will catch up to what's already happened in spirit. You'll get the call. You'll receive the message. You'll witness the turnaround. You'll feel the lightness. Because when heaven announces a win, it echoes through every layer of your reality. You'll start to notice small signs that point to something big, and those signs will lead to open doors. You didn't miss it. You didn't delay it. You didn't ruin it. You made it. And that alone is a victory, because everything tried to make you quit before you got here. But you refused. You kept standing, kept hoping, kept listening to that quiet voice that told you there was more. And now, more is here. More is ready. More is about to wrap around your life in waves of goodness you won't be able to measure. God didn't let you go through all of that for nothing. The weight you carried is becoming the wealth you receive. And while others may look surprised, your spirit will nod, because it always knew. Even in the days when your mind couldn't grasp it, your spirit kept you aligned. You are not just stepping into a win, you are stepping into prophecy fulfilled. You are walking into alignment confirmed. You are living out what was spoken over you long ago. And that makes this moment sacred. The energy of November 27th is not chaotic. It's calm, peaceful, certain. Because divine certainty doesn't need noise. It moves in clarity. Even the things that didn't work out are making sense now. The closed doors, the delays, the sudden endings. They were all pulling you closer to this version of you, the one who's finally ready to carry this win, the one who can discern between a distraction and a divine assignment, the one who can steward what's coming without dropping it. You didn't just level up, you transformed. That's why your reward isn't just surface level. It's spiritual, it's soul deep, it's rooted, and because it's rooted, it will last. The winning energy of this day will not fade quickly. It's going to unfold, like a sunrise that gets brighter by the hour. You won't just feel a moment of victory, you'll live inside a season of it. One good report will lead to another. One open door will lead to another. One breakthrough will lead to another. That's the rhythm you're stepping into. That's the cycle that's replacing the old. And the best part? You didn't have to fight for this moment in your own strength. You were carried by grace, held by faith, lifted by divine design. What's arriving now isn't showing up as compensation. It's showing up as confirmation. God doesn't bless randomly. He blesses intentionally. And everything about this moment feels intentional. The conversations shifting, the atmosphere thick with meaning, the sudden pull toward deeper awareness, the undeniable signs that seem to follow you wherever you go. These are not coincidences. They're divine breadcrumbs leading you to the epicenter of your victory. November 27th was never just a checkpoint. It's a chosen day where the heavens intersect your timeline with something already written in light. Even before you knew how to ask, God knew what to release. even before you realized what you needed. It was being prepared. This moment has been crafted with layers of meaning. It's not just a win in the way the world defines it. It's a win that redeems your story. It heals what was wounded. It settles what was anxious. It answers what was unclear. It doesn't just arrive in your hands. It speaks to your heart. This is the kind of breakthrough that rewrites inner chapters. This is the kind of day that makes you whisper, "So that's why it all had to happen like that." You were never losing. You were being refined. Every delay shaped the depth of your understanding. Every silence taught you how to hear the whisper of God. Every rejection forced you to meet yourself beyond people's opinions. And now, with all that weight lifted, with all that density gone, you're light enough to rise. And the rise will be visible. It will not just be felt by you. It will be recognized by those who once misjudged you. But you won't need revenge. You won't need validation. The win will speak louder than anything your voice could say. You're going to feel things click into place. The conversations you couldn't seem to get right will suddenly flow. The things you've been working on behind the scenes will find their audience. The ideas you felt unsure about will begin to take form, magnetizing the right attention, the right hands, the right help. It's not that the timing suddenly became perfect. It's that your obedience aligned you with the timing. God doesn't need you to be perfect. He needs you to be positioned. And now you are. That's why November 27th doesn't feel like a possibility. It feels like a spiritual fact. Something bigger is happening in the background. Something that's moving unseen but felt. It's not about just one win. It's about unlocking a whole flow of victories. Like turning on a faucet after years of drought. You won't even be able to contain what starts moving through your life. Financial increase, emotional peace, spiritual clarity, personal acceleration. These are not coming to you because you demanded them. They're coming because your spirit earned them. The alignment you stepped into is now releasing everything you were once withheld from. Not because you were unworthy, but because the time wasn't right. Now it is. And you'll feel it in how effortless things become. Where you once had to push, now things will pull you. Where you once had to explain, now things will just unfold. Where you once had to prove yourself, now presence alone will do the talking. That's what divine favor does. It silences doubt without needing to shout. And you are wrapped in that favor now. The win you've been waiting on is already echoing through the unseen, forming shape and speed. And soon it will land. Not later. Not someday. Soon. There's a reason your inner world feels stirred. Because your soul knows what's coming before your eyes can see it. Your body is reacting to what's been released in the spirit. That restlessness you feel isn't anxiety. It's divine anticipation. That flutter in your chest isn't nervousness. It's recognition. Something is coming. And it's not small. It's not subtle. It's going to carry the signature of God's hand all over it. You'll know it wasn't man. You'll know it wasn't just effort. You'll know it wasn't just finally worked out. It was ordained. It was delivered from a place higher than your thoughts could reach. Everything is preparing for your arrival. The doors are not just opening. They're being held open. The room is not just waiting. It's been expecting you. The timing is not just good. It's perfect. God is not just watching. He is guiding. Every step is accounted for. Every shift is scheduled. Every move is measured. You are not late. You are right on time. And this timing will testify on your behalf. It will announce you. It will deliver you. It will celebrate you. Because you've walked through enough fire to be trusted with this flame. You'll soon understand why certain things felt like they were being taken away, only for something greater to be handed to you. God has not been subtracting. He's been subtracting to multiply. There's a kind of spiritual math at work in your story, where the less becomes the doorway to more, where the pain becomes the passage, where the closed chapter was just the preface to the real narrative. And now you're stepping into the pages where the plot twists in your favor, the pages where the light returns stronger than ever before. This isn't just a new chapter, it's a whole new book. And it begins with November 27th. A date that heaven marked with your name before the foundation of time. A date that was always meant to hold meaning. And now it does. Not just because of what's coming, but because of who you've become. The real win is not just in the outcome. The real win is in the version of you that's receiving it. You didn't just wait. You evolved. You didn't just survive. You transformed. You didn't just believe. You became. And now, you're about to receive on that same level. There's a stillness that comes just before destiny reveals itself. Not the stillness of nothingness, but the quiet of something holy approaching. That's the energy circling your atmosphere right now. November 27th has become more than a date. It has become a portal. One that's ushering in not just results, but revelations. It's the kind of winning that doesn't only change your situation, it changes your understanding of who you are. This isn't just the delivery of a promise, it's the unveiling of the promise keeper's intent. And when God reveals intent, it restores everything the battle tried to bury. You'll feel it in the way your heart reacts to things differently now. You're not shaken the way you used to be. You don't flinch in the presence of uncertainty. You don't shrink when things go quiet. That's not coincidence. That's spiritual maturity. And this growth is what made this win possible. Some blessings don't come to the version of you that is still doubting. Some wins wait for the you that can carry them with discernment. And that's who you've become. So this win was not delayed. It was reserved. Held in place until the day your spiritual posture could handle it with peace. This is that day. It's not loud. It doesn't need to be. The wind doesn't need to explain when it changes direction. It just moves. And so do you now, with elegance, with assurance, with inner knowing. Because the struggle didn't break you. It trained you to notice the signs others miss. Now you sense what's real before it arrives. You feel what's aligned before it makes sense on paper. You hear what heaven is doing before the crowd catches on. And all of that brings you to this precise point where the only thing left is to receive.